Here folks, I'm gonna transfer some inverse kinematics panel bone data or skeleton armature data from one skeleton to the other. It's very annoying because, well, I'm not just gonna paste bones because these setups might be different, they are scaling different, so I don't know how to transfer this data in other ways. If you know, please tell me. But so I'm gonna do like one by one, then I just symmetrize one side, right? So here you see, this is for both inverse kinematics for IK bone constraint or auto IK option, and probably spline IK bone constraint, but I don't have that. You know, the one that uses curve object is also inverse kinematics. So here I've already did for this bone here. There are some differences. There's some useless bones. I don't need to be looking at this. Okay, so I just want these ones, right? And you see, this is the, when we look at, click the bone and we have the relationship lines, then those things appear. So they are the limit x, limit z. There's no one for the limit y. I don't know why they don't have this, but okay. So the orientations of the bones, this is why I'm showing the axis, they might be different. Yeah, so in this case it's just the, I just had to invert this the x, min x and max x. So now we there's a shortcut that is helping me. So shift click this, then shift click this, which is that I've made a shortcut for the copy to selected, shift control V. So I just need to do this for everything that I know that will be not default. So shift control V, 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 then shift control V, shift control V. You see that it is working. And here of course they are inverted, right? And probably I would also have to invert this one. So they are grayed out, but this doesn't mean that it's not working. It's grayed out for some reason because of the IK bone constraint. While here it understand that, but it still be affected by the auto IK option. So despite the fact it is grayed out, because it's parts of a connected chain of bones, all of this blue skeleton actually. So doesn't matter here, it will work. So this is proof that this is auto IK option. I can do this because I have auto IK option. Okay, so and this matters for grabbing, right? So anyways, I need to invert those things, so that will be -1. Yeah, so we're gonna copy this, -160, and paste here, but this will be positive. Is that correct? No, I think that is a mistake. Maybe I need to also, okay, -120. So this is annoying, but I need to, okay, that seems to be correct. We can visualize, right? Basically it's because anatomically speaking, I guess I can verify in your own body, but the leg tends to be, it's easier for the leg to go up than back, right? Those limits didn't seem to be working here actually for some reason, but here it seems to be operating. Here too we can break the joint, of course, with auto IK option. There's a way to do that. This is not the topic now. To break the joint, it is tricky, but I found that this is possible. I don't remember right now. Need to Yeah, there we go. Hold shift. We can also offset with the deform with the tweaker bones. It's easier, but this also works in this setup. So let's get to the, okay, so I can already pick those and symmetrize, and now they are correctly symmetrized, yes. And now let's continue. Have this one and this one. There's no stretch, IK stretch here, so let's just Control Shift V, 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 all here, here. So it's actually pretty simple. So here is all symmetric, so nothing to so it's like a shield, right? So this will establish the when I grab this, or when it is happening here. I need the range of 1 here. See, not that this, so this is arbitrary, I don't know, it's, of course it's cartoon, it's for rigging, so it's not, doesn't need to be anatomically correct. So it auto IK length of 1, and grabbing, this happens. Rotation doesn't respect, I guess. Yeah, it's just grabbing. And of course if I pick this, but here also I auto IK length of 2, it will respect also this stuff. But as I go down, this less and less is responsive because of the IK bone constraint, which is in the foot, not in the shin. But even so, it starts to conflict with the IK bone constraints IK chain, which goes up here somewhat. Okay, so let's get this, let's see if that is correct. Yes, this is correct. So I'm can already hide this stuff, right? Don't need, they will just be interfering. We're gonna symmetrize here, and finally, no, not finally, there are more things. Let's check if there's anything in the spine bones that could be distinguished. This is a remaining bone. This is not relevant. Probably this was in some other bone, but now I can't know. So okay, on the neck, apparently I've decided to have a few stuff here. So Shift Control V, no, Shift Control V, Shift Control V, Shift Control V, and nothing else. So just some stiffness that can help in posing, right, from auto IK option. Then an IK bone constraint, if we switch the IK bone constraint on the head bone. Okay, so here the stiffness on the head, really? Okay, so I don't remember this one particularly, but Shift Control V, Shift Control V, Shift Control V, and there nothing else. Alright, so now the shoulders, so here so it's this and then this, Shift Control V, Shift Control V, Shift Control V, Shift Control V. Here we might find trouble, the limit X. We're gonna see how is this organized. So here it's pointing down. I already think this is not how I will have it here. Indeed, here my shoulder is, so you already see that we want actually the arm to bend, the shoulder to be able to go on the red one, right, upper, so more up than down. So it's like mean is -30 and the other will be +60. There you go. And then the shield has a better shape now. So now we can, as we grab it, okay, maybe even if it extends the chain length, it still respect because it's still auto IQ off. So this is how it is supposed to work, and for some reason, okay, done. Anyways, then as you can still just rotate and try to respect visually if we need, and then so I believe that we all needed some sort of preset system, right? Like, looks like that here I didn't do anything, and for this one also, so maybe this is a mistake. Probably would like to have something like for the, alright, so I'm gonna pick all that, and we need an auto fix for the, let's take some notes here. So this is the, I'm now already doing that, but check for upper arm, lower arm. Yeah, that's it. Also, let's symmetrize this one on the new rig, right? And I think the other rig disappeared. Yeah, I hidden everything. So we still have to handle the hands, the fingers, right? So I see what's happened. So let's simplify all this, and let's get a double screen here, double area, split this, go here, and here we check this. Alright, so the orientations here, they seem to be matching, so this one will be easier. So check, pick this and this. It'll be easier to visualize for now. We don't need this. Let's shift control V, 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 and that's it. SM's equivalent. Then this one, shift control V, shift control V, shift control V, shift control V. So this, remember, this is the copy to selected, limit X. Okay, maybe I forgot to include these ones. Maybe I was not using this. It is what is better, so I think I just decided to turn it off because we have this one, right, the metacarpal, thumb is metacarpal. So here, shift control V, shift control V, shift control V, shift control V. So you see these have higher stiffness, and is that it's hard to see now for some reason. It's confusing, but it seems to be top view. No, it seems to be matching. Yeah, so I have these ones, and let's get the axis again. Z, here is the Z axis is pointing down, and I've adapted this. Yeah, so I'm following the Rigify more in this sense. The direction of larger bending is of the limbs usually is the direction that the Z-axis is pointing, but this is super arbitrary. So here we're gonna do this again. So shift control V, shift control V, shift control V, here, and is this equivalent? Then yes, so then the other ones, usually they are almost the same. yeah, just here there are some inverse, so we can play with this, but the idea is really to maintain those things simpler, so it's not too time consuming. So with practice this becomes easier, and we are about to, and then thankfully mirroring will fix the rest, symmetrizing. And here I think these ones, they are all the same. Then the phalanxes is super of the fingers here, those are super simple. So here we're gonna generalize, yeah, because apparently everything is the same, so just need one. The thumbs might be slightly different, right? They are more complex, except this one I think it's no, it's still different. So we pick these ones, and actually here, no, actually this is the same of the other phalanxes. Apparently it just have another orientation, but this one might be sort of, yeah, it has some stiffness. It works better with some, these ones don't really work very good with stiffness, the phalanx. The metacarpals, yes, but we can play around and see what's best. So here let's finish off by doing this, and here I think I'll just hope that we'll copy Control Shift V, Control Shift V, Control Shift V, Control Shift V, Control Shift V. It's all the rest is default. And we see that if we compare, that seems to be, well, there seems to be, here we got some issues. What happened there? Looks like my orientations here are wrong, so we're gonna just realign this. I need to be on. Okay, so just gonna do this active, or instead negative z-axis, right? Same for these ones, shift and global negative. Okay, and as we go back, now that seems to be correct. And so what it does is we have these ranges, and if we're not satisfied we can, yeah, instead of re-rig we can just rotate here. Of course these limits can be bad in very exaggerated pose, but I think we can handle this, right? The Ike bone constraint is worse in many senses. If there is pole target, is the chain is not straight from the rest position, right? The Ike bone constraint is much more versatile in that sense. What it doesn't do, however, it doesn't pin the, yeah, because the chain is connected, and so there's no control on the bones. They are very limited in being controlled indirectly by other stuff, but they respond to these marvelous things here, right? And we can, yeah, we can pose multiple at once, right? So these ones are responding as F key, and what is behind the auto I key chain responds to I key, besides the selected one, which is also becomes the, it's also auto I key. Alright folks, so this was the transfer. Okay, so and I forgot the last thing here. Let's symmetrize these ones, and that has been the solution for this transferring of bone data. And I wish that there's some study of the human body for rigging in Blender, at least, that would give the ideal of those things, right? That probably could be used for cartoony rigs and all sort of stuff, because doing this by hand, there's very little information or documentation about this. I think that this is super valuable actually for 3D animation. Okay folks, so thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you like this content.